Come on in, pull up a chair, relax, kick your feet back, well, or kick your feet up, because it's time to have a little bit of fun. The Daily Dope is in the air. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at The Daily Dope, presented by thegaminggang.com, of which I happen to be the Grand Poobah. Yes, I am the founder and editor-in-chief of the Gaming Gang website. So I gotta point out, today is like a super early edition of The Daily Dope. I wanted to make sure I had a show today, but my brother and my sister-in-law, my niece, my nephew, they're all heading up. In fact, they're already on their way up to Michigan to visit my sister-in-law's family. So they're going to be gone all weekend, and of course they've got a whole menagerie of pets at their house. So I'm going to be watching the pets this weekend. I am pet sitting. So yes, and there are plenty of pets for me to keep an eye on. Got 2 dogs, we got 2 cats, we got a tortoise. I almost forgot the tortoise yesterday. A slew of lizards, a bird. I think that's everything. Pretty sure. I think there's a fish still. They're all over the place. So I got to make sure I don't forget any of them. So I also have my cardiovascular rehab today. I've got that this afternoon. So the way things are kind of falling, I don't want to be going over to, my brother's house and have their pets sit there for 12 hours waiting to go out or be fed and things like that. So decided, well, I'll just do an afternoon show. So I highly doubt anybody's watching live, but if you are, just want to point out that this is a live stream. So chat is available on YouTube. So if you have a question, comment, or if you want to see something closer up for Scorpius Freighter, which I am unboxing today and taking a look at. Anyway, feel free to chime in. Chat is not on screen, but I do pay attention to it. It's kind of one of the ways I should say that I keep some of the stranger commenters at bay. But I do keep an eye on the chat, and of course, if you chime in, I will definitely respond. So I want to point out there's no news today. Usually I have some tabletop gaming news, talk about that a little bit, just because everything is, just fly by the seat of my pants this morning, or I should say this afternoon. It just turned 12. There's no news. Plus, there wasn't a ton cooking because Dragon Meat over in the UK kicks off today. PAX Unplugged is going on out in Philadelphia. So not a ton of gaming news because most of these companies are kind of focused on the 2 big conventions that are going on opposite sides of the pond. But anyway, I did want to mention something that I have seen a lot of chatter about online on the interwebs, and that is the cancellation of Daredevil on Netflix and how people are shocked by this. I don't understand how you can be surprised. Netflix canceled Iron Fist. I mean, they canceled Iron Fist like boom. I mean, 2nd season had just dropped and they said, yeah, we're canceling this. Luke Cage got canceled. They were already 6 months into pre-production and had already submitted scripts when that got canceled. So the Marvel Universe on Netflix, the viewership was down. It was still pulling in pretty good numbers, but the viewership was down. There had been some back and forth between Marvel and Netflix. Netflix wanted to cut the series down to 10 episodes. Marvel kept pushing they wanted 13 episodes. Personally, I'm with Netflix on that one because I found 13 episodes really kind of made some of these series drag. Now, of course, the 3rd season of Daredevil was excellent. So a lot of people were like, whoa, I don't understand what's going on. Obviously enough, Netflix and Marvel were not getting along too well. You got Disney about to launch their streaming service in 2019, In fact, once they complete their deal with purchasing Fox, their big deal, what they're really going to focus on is going to be their streaming channel, which is going to launch next year. We already know there's going to be a Thor series, a Loki series. There's I believe it's going to be the Winter Soldier and Falcon. I don't think they're going to have separate shows. So of course, there's a possibility that we may see some of these characters pop up on Disney, on their streaming channel. Although, from what I'm hearing, the Disney streaming channel is going to definitely be family-friendly entertainment. So, you got to keep in mind these street-level characters that were on Netflix, probably a little darker and a little more violent than what Disney wants on their streaming channel. So, something to kind of keep in mind. Of course, there's another season of The Punisher, because that's already in the can. And there will be another season of Jessica Jones, because that's filming right now. They're not going to pull the plug on that. But I think after those air, I think that's really going to be the end of Marvel really being on Netflix. Because we already know the Marvel movies will be leaving and going over to the Disney streaming. One thing with Netflix, this does open up. This opens up a lot of money. And this also opens up the opportunity for Netflix to partner up with some smaller comic companies, right? I don't see DC, because DC's got their own streaming channel, which I don't know how well that's doing right now. Although I hear the Teen Titans, is it Teen Titans or yeah, it's Titans. I heard that show's pretty decent. I heard it's all right. Anyway, this gives Netflix the opportunity to kind of look at some smaller publishers out there. One of the issues, too, you got to keep in mind is Netflix didn't own these Marvel properties. That's kind of a problem. They have to, of course, do the licensing and have to arrange deals, things like that. With a smaller comic book company, which there are plenty of them out there, and I know Valiant Entertainment has been really pushing to try to get into movies and TV as of late. I would think with some of these smaller comic publishers, Netflix would have a much more beneficial stand on their negotiations. They would be negotiating from strength as opposed to when they're dealing with, say, Marvel. Marvel probably pretty much had Netflix by the short hairs, I guess we'll say. But anyway, I don't understand why people are shocked to see Daredevil get canceled. I thought that was obviously coming. I don't know. Maybe I just think differently than some people. So, do not know. All right, so gonna jump into the unboxing and the first look in just a second here. Do want to point out next week's shows. Kind of up in the air on what I'm gonna do yet, because there's supposed to be a bunch of different stuff in the mail to me right now, supposedly in transit. So we will see. But on Monday's show, I kind of switched around today's shows because I was going to do an unboxing and first look at Mystic Veil from my friends over at Alderac Entertainment Group. But then yesterday, Scorpius Freighter showed up. So, and this is also from AEG. And I mean, Mystic Veil is supposed to be awesome, but it has been out for a while. Scorpius Freighter is brand new. So I'm sure there are quite a few people who are pretty curious as to what this looks like. Because I know I am, because John Zinzer and Todd Rowland were really talking this game up at Origins as well as Gen Con, respectively. So you know what? One thing I did not pull is the information about the MSRP on Scorpius Freighter. So let me take a quick look here. I think it's around 60, if I remember correctly. Let's take a peek. Yeah, there you go, $59.99. All right, so cool deal. So I know people are probably tuning in or, watching this after the fact because they want to take a peek at Scorpius Freighter. So it is from, as I mentioned, Alderac Entertainment Group, or as most of us like to refer to them, AEG. It's designed by Matthew Dunstan and David Short, with art provided by Victor Perez Corbella, Jay Epperson, and Matt Paquette. I'm taking a guess on that pronunciation. It is for 2 to 4 players. Plays in about 45 to 60 minutes. It is for ages 14 and up, and as I just mentioned, it is just hitting stores. I believe it's just hitting stores, or it just recently, I think it was this week, was actually hitting stores and hitting online retailers. So I just took a peek, and even though it does have an MSRP of $59.99, I just saw an online retailer for $42. So just so you know, I know people get upset when I'm like, oh yeah, you know, you can get this online for whatever. I'm not telling you have to go online to buy stuff. You're more than welcome to support your friendly local game store if they deserve that kind of support, right? Because there are some stores that it's like, hey, you know, we're your only option in town, so kiss our butts. That's not right. But I do point out, because sometimes, you know, 10, 15, 20 bucks could be a make or break as far as somebody picking up a game. So I know AEG doesn't mind if you purchase it from any location, be it online or you know, a brick and mortar store. All right, so anyway, let's pop on over to the other camera here and crack this open. I'm gonna grab my reading specs here real quick. So, recruit coup, customize ships, smuggle goods. So, from my understanding, and this is just from some interviews that I have done, effectively, this is a science fiction game, obviously enough, and you are the captain of you're a smuggler, right? So you've got your starship, your spaceship, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to, of course, you know, smuggle goods to make the most money, and it's supposed to be a very oppressive, like, interstellar empire kind of that you're trying to, you know, up yours. But the premise is it's kind of like pushing your luck too. So, and I do believe that other players can sort of throw the authorities like on your tail or something like that. I'm not positive, so we are going to find out a little bit more as we take a peek through. But taking a look at the back of the box, it's been almost 100 years since the Scorpius system was settled. Over the decades, the government has taken control of everything. Tens of billions of sentients live in Scorpius with no hope of advancement, no hope of escape. Except that not everyone in the government toes the line. Some still believe in freedom. Freedom! A few bold freighter captains use the system against itself, handling their sanctioned job duties, as well as a lot of extracurricular activities like smuggling restricted medicines, passing censored information, and facilitating transactions below the government radar. They are fueling the revolution. Revolution is coming. So you recruit crew, from the back alley brute to the elite educated. They are the best at what they do. Customize ships. Outfit your standard sanctioned freighter with hidden holds and an upgraded cockpit. Smuggle goods. Conduct illegal transactions while dodging the authorities. All right, so let's crack this on open. This has got a lot of good heft to it, so I'm not thinking we're going to be opening this up to a bunch of air. But I have to say, I thought it was kind of interesting the way the box is made. This box top does not sit flush, so I thought that was a little unusual for a box this size. I have seen that with smaller boxes. A little unusual to see that the box top does not close flush. So we've got a rule book. Wow, this is not a long rule book by any stretch. 16 pages, and it looks like it is tons and tons of illustrations. So let me grab a sip here. I like the art style. Art style looks pretty nice. At least for the box cover. You know, and for the rule book, I would have to take a guess that maybe, I'm going out on a limb here, but maybe this Scorpius system is going to be the setting for some different games from AEG, because it seems to me AEG is recently kind of doing a little more universe building, I guess we'll say. Maybe that's because John Zinsser misses the RPGs. You know, so I don't know. Maybe that's it. Sorry about that. It's really dry down here today. And the furnace is kicking off because, of course, I'm in the Chicago area and it is cold and there's snow and yeah. All right, so here's the rule book here. Looks like we've got plenty of illustrations in this. So let's move this down a little bit so we can get this in. Okay, so we got the same kind of flavored text. It's from the back of the box. So we're seeing we've got crew cards, freighter boards, side deal and contract tiles, got a main board, motherships, those confiscated cargo holds. We've got freighter tiles. We're seeing the game setup. Place a board in the center of the playing area. Okay, I would hope so. Just trying to see what I can do. Get it so I'm not getting tons of glare. Showing the setup, showing how it looks like this is going to take a bit of space on your table. Because you figure that's your center board there. These are the freighter boards. It's like you got your crew below there. It's like we've got some cubes for various things. Hey, there's a little scorpion. The Scorpius system. I guess that's probably what the starting player marker or something, first player marker. Playing the game, turn sequence. While you work as a freighter captain, you depend on the government motherships to unintentionally provide your illegitimate activities with adequate cover. This allows you to successfully exploit the system to meet your needs. On your turn, follow these steps in order. Choose one or two available crew cards to assign. Choose a planet. Note the space where the mothership ended its movement. If you have one or fewer crew members remaining available, then refresh your assigned crew. Okay, so we got some actions that are available to us. Meet informant. This shady alien is happy to teach you how to work the streets to your advantage for a price. Expand storage. Not all storage is above the deck. Upgrade your freighter. Pick up cargo. Operate your freighter. I would assume that's probably moving your freighter around. Make side deal. And fulfill a contract. Okay, so game end. At the end of each round, after all players have had a turn, check how many cargo cubes each mothership has confiscated. The end of the game is triggered if at least one of the three motherships has confiscated at least a certain amount of cargo. When this condition is met, the government is so incensed with the illegal activity that they announce a complete shutdown on all interplanetary commerce in the Scorpius system, intending to starve the populace into submission. The embargo imminent. Players play one final round, after which the game ends. That's kind of a bummer, right? Isn't that sort of... the bad guys sort of win? I mean, granted, yes, the revolution is coming, but that's kind of strange. But I believe this kind of where we get that pushing your luck aspect of the game, because you're trying, as the freighter captain, you're trying to get as much cargo as you possibly can, but then again, you don't want to get busted and have your cargo confiscated. So we got some scoring. Got some advanced play options. Some clarifications as well, talking about some of the crew cards. An addendum. Giving us some background information on a lot of stuff. We got the info about the freighter tiles. That's nice. That's cool. Giving us everything we need to know there. A rogues gallery. Not sure what you're supposed to do there. Maybe, I guess you can track kind of your ongoing games through this? Well, possibly. Then we got a summary of the game. Hey, you! Hey, you! It's like, what is that? Yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, so there are the rules. 16 pages in all, but like I said, I mean, there's tons and tons of illustrations. So we got some punch boards. So as we can see here, These are, whoops. There we go, that's better. Looks like these are upgrades to your freighter here. Nanobots, dispensary, cockpit, different cockpit A, B, C, L, E, H, side deals. Looks like maybe side deals for some drugs, some medicines. I shouldn't say drugs, medicines. That might be info. Possibility there. We got some contracts down here. It's kind of cool. So, taking a look like this, I wonder if that represents how many victory points this is worth. Could be 6, 8. After this turn, immediately take another turn. And these are dual-sided. So I'm going to take a guess. Maybe these are played face down in a stack. Maybe these are face down. I don't know. So we got that. That looks like we got some more upgrades here. Lockbox, security vault, hidden compartments, storage modules, some more side deals, some more contracts. Once again, we got some more of the updates. I shouldn't say updates, upgrades. We got supercomputer, server farm, cryo chamber, storage module, medical bay, more side deals, more contracts. From what I can see here, this actually looks like this could easily be a game, if it's popular, that you could see some expansions for. I'm getting that vibe from it. All right, so we got more of the upgrades. There, it looks like that's the first player marker, first player token. More of these side deals, more contracts. All right, so we got that. Oh, wow, sweet. Look at these boards. These boards are nice. So we've got 4 of them. And they're recessed, right? So when you're putting... I'm assuming this is kind of like your hold almost, or this is your ship, right? So when you're punching out these tiles, they're going to fit in, and they're not, you can kind of bump this around. They're not going to fly all over the place because it's recessed. That's cool. AZ-47 Hydra, that's the ship. And looks like they're both identical, but they've just got different... Yeah, they got different names. So I guess there's really 8 ships in all. That's kind of cool. Well, looks like your crew is probably going to go down here. We got bodyguard, navigator, co-pilot, and pilot. Side deals, contracts, or active contracts. So we've got 4 of these, right? So we've got AQR-61 Azuma, ST-2186 Azuma. So I'm not really seeing anything, except for we got these restricted access on some sides, then we don't have it on this. And it's showing it's like cockpit ST, fill 1 storage tile to full capacity. Huh. I don't know. So is it possible that maybe like an easier game is with this side, and then a more difficult game is with this side? I would think, because I highly doubt you're going to be flipping these over while you're playing. But we also see here along the side, there's your player aid. It says in your player turn, assign 1 or 2 available crew. Move clockwise on a planet equal to the number of crew assigned. Perform that action using your hand. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's crew. If 0 or 1 crew available, refresh crew. And then there's your actions again, which I talked about when we were looking through the rules. That's cool. So each of these have that. I noticed that each of these with this restricted access, the restricted access here are in different locations. And we have like, shows cockpit H, kind of like right there. Then over here we got cockpit ST once again. Huh. And then we've got another ship, once again, restricted access is in different squares there on the grid. All right, so we've got that. Now we've got the board. Let's see, I'm going to move some of this out of the way. See if we got it up. I'm sure we're not going to be able to see the whole board right in the shot, but I'll kind of scan across. Oh, you know what? Actually, this isn't very all that big. Go. Okay, so what do we got? 3 planets, basically. 3 planets, different things you can be doing on the planets here. And we got locations for. Looks like tiles go here and tiles go here. Maybe these are where some of the side deals go. But looks here like maybe these are available contracts because those contract tiles were like that shape. So we've got that. Showing a game end. So this is game end is basically when the motherships confiscate your cargo. So a 2-player game, once 4 cargo cubes, I guess, are confiscated, that triggers the end turn. And it looked like at the end of the game, when you trigger that end turn, that each player gets like 1 turn. After that is what it kind of looked like. Kind of cool artwork. I sort of like that. Kind of neat. Kind of neat with this. But yeah, it's not huge. The board isn't huge. It's not massive. But keeping in mind, you figure you got this board here. Then let's say you got 4 players, right? You're also gonna have these boards that are taking up space. Plus, you're gonna have cards for your crew down here. So yeah, you're probably gonna need a little bit of space here to play. Oh, cool! Like the insert, nice little storage insert here. Let's see what we've got. A deck of cards, pretty small deck. Once again, this is striking me as a game that would easily, if, like I said, if it turns out to be pretty popular, could probably easily have some expansions to it. Because you figure you can easily add more crew, you can add more modules to the freighters, you can add maybe some little more complex rules possibly. So we'll look at these cards last. So these are this looks like the motherships. So there are 3 motherships. So I don't know if. Wow, those are pretty cool minis too. That's pretty nice. Paint that up pretty nicely. Wow, that's kind of cool. We got the 3 of these. And I believe all 3 of them are actually in play. So when I was talking about how the game ends in that, I think it's each one of these motherships has to have that many cubes that they've confiscated. I believe. I wouldn't be surprised if there's 3 motherships. We got 3 planets, so maybe each planet has a mothership that, you know, that deals with it. I mean, that's a possibility. Okay, so we got those. Cool. That. I mean, they could have just, you know, AEG didn't have to actually do a nice little sculpt on these ships, right? So that's cool. I like that. All right, and then we got a bunch of cubes, and I think these cubes just reflect different kinds of cargo. Be it like, I think this is like, I'm taking a guess this is medicine because it looked like that was the same color as the contracts that were showing medicine. So I'm sure we've got like information and things like that. So we've got kind of a fuchsia. That's a little darker than pink. We got gray. We got kind of a lime green. We got the orange. Got those. That's cool there. Then we got the cards. So let's see. All right, where's the little tab? Where can I grab the tab here? There? No. No. Ah, I think that's it. There we go. All right, so these are your available crew, I believe. So let's see. Yep. Okay, so they're dual-sided. So obviously these icons mean something. And looks as if maybe that's available, like they're available to utilize their ability, and then you flip it over once you've used it. That's possible. We got Sophia, whoops, Abby, Tommy, yeah, so non-human. Hyalin. So we're seeing the little planet in the upper corner here. Maybe that shows what kind of character they are, if they're like a co-pilot, bodyguard, what have you. Tills, Skitty, Coda. There's a guy who's like, ah, hey yo. Raven, Padlock, Escher. Oh gee. And it's funny, it says OG on it, and I see it, it's like this big kind of like monster. I'm like, oh gee. As in, oh gee, look, it's a monster. Cool. Annabelle. I would take a guess that's bodyguard, seeing that that's a big like dagger in their hand, or almost like a short sword, really. Bot. Nice. I like the artwork. Kind of unusual. Like, okay, I'm wearing a tie. It's like, all right. Cool. So yeah, I'm taking a guess. This is probably the side that you have before they've actually used their ability, because it's telling you what it says. After moving, you may perform the action in the previous planet space. I guess it says the same thing on both sides. I guess so. But yeah, one is either they haven't used their ability, and then I'm taking a guess. Yeah, this is probably the side that you have face up. Then when they do their ability, you're gonna flip it over. So, cool. All right, so got those cards there. We got the deck of crew cards. We got the 3 mothership minis. We got the 4 different cargo cubes, different colors of cargo cubes there. We've got the board. Oh, now, look at this. Everything's going to fit all nicely in here. And of course, these haven't been punched out yet, so. All right, so then we've got the 4 dual-sided freighter boards for the starships. Got these. We've got the 4 punch boards with the various different tiles. We've got those 4 there. And then we've got the rules. And that is what we find when we take everything from Scorpius Freighter outside the box. Sweet. Very nice. As I mentioned before, Scorpius Freighter is available. It is for 2 to 4 players and ages 14 and up. Plays in about, it says, I think I just saw it. Didn't it say 30 to 45 minutes on this? No, 45 minutes to an hour. I think that's what it's saying. That print's pretty small. Yep, 45 to 60 minutes. Obviously, that's depending on number of players. So, and it does carry an MSRP of $59.99. Of course, I am going to have a review of Scorpius Freighter in the very near future. Unfortunately, not going to really get to do any gaming this week unless I'm doing some solitaire stuff. Simply because I'm going to be house sitting, and well, I'm trying to get a hold of Elliot Miller, my best friend, to see if he'll come by. But usually last minute's pretty tough. So I'm probably going to end up just maybe reading some RPG stuff while I'm kicking it. But anyway, I will have a review of Scorpius Freighter as soon as possible. All right, so as I mentioned before, this was going to be kind of a shorter show today. But as I always like to say, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to go visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. By now you know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Hey, David Short's popping on. Hey, David's actually one of the designers. Thanks for the coverage. Much appreciated. Look forward to your review. Thank you. I don't know, David. The check hasn't cleared yet, so no, I'm teasing. I am not a shill. I'm just joking. Hey, David, thanks for popping in. So be sure to share the video with folks who are interested in seeing what's inside the box of Scorpius Freighter. All right, anyway, so I will be back on Monday. I guess I could say I'll be back next month. So I will be back on Monday, and we're double dipping AEG. We're going back to back because I am going to unbox and take a first look at the core game. Yes, the core game for Mystic Vale. So until then, have a great weekend. Have a very safe weekend. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Thanks again for watching The Daily Dope, presented by The Gaming Gang. If you like this episode, be sure to give it a quick thumbs up. And if you dig the channel, please subscribe. If you'd like to check out our previous episode, click right here. And if you want to check out a somewhat randomly selected episode, give a click right down here. It'll be like opening a box of Cracker Jacks. You just don't know what you'll get. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'm Jeff McAleer.